In past videos, we talked about the importance of internal controls and a company code of conduct to preventing fraud. In this video, we'll talk about what a company code of conduct is and explore what it really takes to establish an ethical culture in the workplace. We'll also discuss how employees perceive ethics at work and how social media criticism fits into the mix. When is it protected speech, and when could it get you into trouble? Let's dig in and uncover the secrets to a company that thrives on integrity. You've probably seen a company code of conduct. It's that document that outlines the company's ethical principles, standards, and the do's and don'ts of behavior. Here, for example, is the Marriott's Code of Conduct. It covers the basics such as expectations and responsibilities, including responsibilities of leadership, confidential reporting, and no retaliation. But it also covers many other topics such as acting with honesty and integrity, interacting honestly with the government, protecting the company's assets and reputation, protecting and respecting customers and associates, as well as promoting the greater good. For large companies especially, the code is part of onboarding. It's often handed to employees and contractors when they join and annually refreshed during compliance training. This ensures that everyone is on the same page when it comes to what's right and wrong in the company's eyes. Think of it like the company's ethical rule book, clear, concise, and important. Code of conduct isn't just about following the law. It's about creating guidelines for what's right. But here's the most important thing. Ethical behavior must be championed by top management. When leaders walk the talk, it sets the stage for everyone else to follow. To create a true ethical culture, organizations need to first establish clear policies on ethical conduct, starting with that code of ethics. Then roll out an ethics training program that empowers employees to make ethical decisions. Ideally, the company would also appoint a chief ethics and compliance officer to oversee the ethical compass of the company, although that is not always feasible for mid-sized or smaller companies. Then the company would ensure internal audits are used to investigate whether ethical standards are being met, implement whistleblowing policies with anonymous hotlines and reporting outlets, make ethics statements a part of the workplace culture, and gain commitments by getting employees to sign it. The company should also enforce the policies fairly and reward ethical behavior as part of the performance evaluation system. There you have it, the building blocks for a culture of integrity. Philosopher Albert Camus once said, "Integrity has no need of rules. People with integrity do what's right even when no one is watching." However, it's better to have a strong infrastructure for integrity in place, where strong leaders set the example and provide the ethical leadership for everyone to follow. Have you ever felt pressure to cut corners at work? It might not surprise you that a record number of U.S. workers say they feel pressure to cut corners when it comes to ethics. In fact, those numbers have doubled in just 3 years. Yikes. But here's the silver lining. 21% of employees say they work for companies with a strong ethical culture. More employees are willing to report misconduct. It's up from 69% in 2017 to 86% today. But there's a dark side. 30% of employees feel pressure to compromise their ethical standards at work, up from 14% in 2017. And even worse, 79% of those who reported misconduct faced retaliation, a huge jump from just 44% in 2017. So what can companies do? The key is making integrity a priority. Create an environment where employees feel safe to report misconduct, foster a culture of openness where ethics are rewarded, not punished, ensure that employees don't feel pressured to do the wrong thing, and create systems where retaliation isn't tolerated. And speaking of pressure at work, who hasn't vented about things that annoy them at work? I definitely have done that from time to time. Typically, you'd probably talk to friends and family about it. But what happens when employees want to vent about ethical issues or misconduct on social media? The National Labor Relations Act, NLRA, comes to the rescue, protecting employees' right to discuss workplace issues together. Whether or not they belong to a union, employees are allowed to voice their concerns on platforms like Facebook, X, and Reddit, and they're protected from retaliation for it. But here's where it gets tricky. If an employee's comment is personal, like a rant on their own account about how terrible the workplace is, that isn't protected speech. It's just a personal gripe. But if the post is a group discussion, such as a few employees commenting on the same issue, it becomes protected because it's now considered a concerted effort, meaning they're voicing concerns as a collective. Take Marriott, for example. In their code of conduct, they state that employees must avoid any communication, disclosure, or interaction that might disparage, defame, or damage the company. They remind their employees that anything shared on social media could reflect on the company, whether it's from a business account or a personal one. That means everything you post could have an impact on your colleagues, supervisors, or even customers. Be mindful of what you share because it's not just your words. They can affect the company's reputation too.